Want your game reviewed or just want to talk about Overwatch or anything in general? Feel free to send me a message on Discord by joining my server. Link is in the description. Player behavior is the simple concept of understanding how players are going to behave based on events which happen within a game. Being able to understand player behavior will give you an easier time when trying to make decisions. Generally, you'll find that when players are playing certain characters, they will behave in certain ways based on the situation. If you know how an enemy is going to react or what they're going to do, you can, ahead of time, make a plan in order to punish or capitalize on what they're going to do. Now, of course, not every single player is going to react the same way, but in a lot of cases, you'll find patterns where a good portion of players will do the same thing or do something similar depending on what character they're on. If you pay attention to the games that you play or watch a replay of them, you'll notice these patterns. In professional games, sometimes it's not just one member but multiple members and perhaps the entire team that seems to be doing things over and over again, having them fall into a pattern. So with the concept in mind, let's jump into a few examples about player behavior and how pro players abuse it in professional games. The first example comes from a game between Rogue and Lunatic High. Rogue has been said to be a team that will typically use their ultimates first and use multiple ultimates at the same time. Knowing this, Lunatic High devised a plan which ends up causing Rogue to burn their ultimates with no reward. The strategy they came up with is to simply just disengage when Rogue decides to commit with ultimates. As simple as the strategy sounds, it's well executed and effective due to the structure of Hollywood and the team composition Lunatic High has. There's a lot of corners and high ground to hide on, and their composition consists of high mobile characters. Due to the tendencies that are apparent from Rogue, after Lunatic High puts pressure on Rogue, you can see that their plan comes into play. The moment Rogue used Tactical Visor and Sound Barrier, you can see that Lunatic High immediately back off and wait for the duration of their ultimates to run out before they continue to put pressure on them, leaving them in a position where they're able to burn 2 of Rogue's ultimates for free. Another example of this being done can be found in another game between the same teams. The execution is a little bit different, but still revolves around the same concept, abusing Rogue's tendencies. Lunatic High, again, puts pressure on Rogue by having Genji go aggressive. Generally, and we see it in our games too, when Genji dashes in the air with Nano Boost, you know it's a bad sign. It generally means that Genji is going to be engaging with Dragon Blade, which usually causes ultimates from the enemy team to be used, either to kill Genji himself or to defend yourself and your team from being killed. Knowing that Rogue would be using multiple ultimates, Lunatic High took the opportunity to fake a Nano Blade and have Genji go aggressive with just Nano Boost in order to burn multiple ultimates from Rogue. So the point of the video was to introduce the topic of player behavior and show you how effective it can be to abuse the tendencies of players and teams. In the future, when I have clips, I'm thinking on doing one for solo queue and showing you how I take player behavior into consideration and how I use it to my advantage. The whole point is to show you guys how you can be abusing player behavior to improve yourself as a player. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you like these kinds of videos, consider subscribing. If you would like to ask me some questions about improving in Overwatch, join the Discord, and if you'd like to further support me, visit my Patreon page. Links will be in the description. Thanks for watching.